Good morning, everybody. It's Heather. I'm new to Facebook. I have an online support group called Cupcakes Anonymous, where I have 3 videos a day about my 100-day weight loss journey, path for success in decluttering your life. I recently decided to start another channel, and I don't know why I want to even be on YouTube, but a friend of mine says, you know, you need to have your own YouTube channel. I was like, really? Okay, here it goes. I consider myself a baby vegan because one time I was given a baby angel. And the baby angel, my friend had his baby wrapped up in angel wings. And so I said, well, that's interesting. She says, well, you're like a baby. You're asking, what's that? What's that? What's that? And that's what I feel like with my journey to be vegan. So I gave up milk in my coffee, which I drink black, and I've been, my favorite little coffee mug here, and I did try this the other day, trying to make sure that the sugar content in what I eat is also, what do you call it? I'm hoping that the sugar content is also low because I used to be a diabetic and I do struggle from sugar issues. So you can begin to think that I have 2 favorite colors. One's teal and the other is red. So I'm just going to pour myself a coffee. This is how I like my coffee. It's just a little tiny old-fashioned mug, and I do have a coffee percolator if I have company. This here is enough for 2 people or 1 giant mug. So the water is put down here to the point of the hole. Coffee goes inside here, and it's a straw, and it goes up, and steam brings it up. Ta-da! So, I know there's not, I'm going to show myself a little stage so you can watch me pour the coffee. I actually put the camera up a little higher because my camera was down so low, and I was like, you know, you're going to think that I was really, really short. So, that's my coffee. So, I'm trying new products. I don't know where to begin. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. My favorite is No Egg Craig. I stumbled across him last Christmas when I was experimenting with food, quinoa and whole grain rice and veggies, and I put that all together. And then from No Egg Craig, I found out his parents were chocolatiers, if I'm saying it correctly. And so I watched Hercules Candy. Now I want to go down to Syracuse, New York, to go and see Craig's parents. And then I found out that the vegan zombie is a friend of Craig's, or should I say No Eggs. And the vegan zombie has a lovely channel, which I've been enjoying both those channels for a year. My family has not gone vegan, but that does not discourage me. I went to my doctor, and my doctor says, you're what we call a gifted vegan. I'm like, what's a gifted vegan? She goes, well, you have the desire to be vegan. And then, but if somebody's good enough to cook a meal for you, you are good enough to eat it. It's like, yeah, that's true. Because I'm not a vegan activist. Yet, anyway. I would love to maybe go to Toronto and help them protest a little bit. I do some protesting here. I'm known for that. My list is long. But the stuff I protest against is different, more like rights, treaties, that sort of stuff. So what my fascination with being a vegan was purely dietary. And the thing is that I got to a point where I didn't like the taste of beef. And I'd be eating it. And I've never really been a big beef eater, but I did. I had it. And it just gets to the point where you can't swallow it. And so as far as chicken, I was never a big fan. I take the tiniest little portion, and oh dear. Hang on a second. This is supposed to be for May 6th. This is no fun. It says Soy Coconut for coffee. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. I can't spell it on my computer. There's chunks floating around. I only opened it once. Well, that's a sign. That sign is saying I need to have my coffee black. I was just going to take a little sip. It's not happening. It's all right. It's all good. I need to drink more water anyway. So getting back to what I was saying about my doctor, she sent me to a nutritionist. And the nutritionist was basically telling me I was a poor, not a poor vegan. I was making poor choices. I'm not a junk food vegan. I do, quite the contrary, like vegetables and fruit. And I have to maintain my fruit. So I do keep a lot of stuff around for my children as well. And my meal last night was vegan. And but I just don't know where to begin. Other than need to buy some food. And I also need to experiment. And last night I experimented. And I made sweet potato roti out of spelt flour because I was going to go buy almond flour, and then I find out the stuff is really, really expensive. And I think I'm going to go back. I will go back and buy the almond flour, and I'm going to buy different types of flour because I wasn't 100% sure if the spelt flour was gluten-free because it did not say gluten-free on the package. And then I put on Facebook that I think I'm allergic to gluten. I love bread. People have been eating bread for over 5,000 years. Why are we all getting allergies right now? And people are saying it's because of the chemicals that they're putting on the wheat to grind your flour. And it makes sense because these days, like my niece is deathly allergic to peanut butter. I grew up on, peanut butter and jam. I said, my mom, I don't like supper tonight. My mother never ever punished me for that. She would say, oh, okay, well, help yourself to some peanut butter and jam for supper. And I didn't realize that my choices growing up were actually vegan. I wouldn't have milk in my not my coffee. I didn't have coffee as a kid. I didn't have coffee until I was 16. I wouldn't eat cereal. I didn't like soggy cereal. Really, I guess it wasn't really about the milk, but in a way it was. I would have toast. And we did have a farm, a one-cow farm, and she had chickens. So we did have truly free-range egg chickens. And that sparked my desire for free-range eggs. If I'm going to have it, I prefer that. They actually do taste better, but this is my baby vegan channel, and I will be giving up on eggs. And for the most part, I have. Because I'm learning how to make egg substitutes out of flax seeds. So, but I haven't got to that. And I'm also trying to make vegan butter. And so I'm that kind of person where I need to make it from home. And the cow that my neighbor had, who would come to our yard and graze, I never got to meet the cow really up front other than I got to the barn and kind of looked around and said, oh yeah. And we had homemade butter and we had homemade milk. And that I really enjoyed because my mother would take the cream off the top. And strawberries, we would have strawberry shortcake with the biscuits she made herself. So I'm all about home cooking and home meals. But I truly believe that we need to be doing things differently. It's not right to I guess, hurt animals. And that's what I'm all about because I do get to a point where I'm looking at a piece of meat and it's like, oh my God, like you don't realize where your food comes from. So I'm on this journey to be vegan. I'm struggling really, really hard to make the right choices, and I don't want to be shamed for it. I don't want people on Facebook to shame me. I don't want my family and friends to shame me. I just want to say I'm a baby vegan. I'm learning everything. What's that? And I'm hoping to make healthier choices, and not hoping. I am making healthier choices. And I'm going to learn how to cook nutritious meals that my family loves. And by the way, one day I got my son pepperoni. Veggie pepperoni, and he ate his pepperoni pizza. And that time I did not know there was vegan cheese. And I said, what do you think about your pizza? He says, well, different but good. And I thought, different but good. Isn't that the whole thing that the whole issue is all about? It will taste different, but it's good. And it should even feel better that it's not harming animals. So my son says, could you hide my veggies and my meat more often? And I did. I made him tofu. I said, what do you think? He said, not bad. It's not bad. But I didn't even know how to cook tofu. It was just trial and error, which is what I do. If I ruin it, it's like, oh well, I'll eat it anyway. So, you know, I used to be morbidly obese. Trust me, when you're morbidly obese and eat garbage, you will eat anything. So my son, my younger son, was always willing to try some vegan dishes. So I'm hoping that I continue to make vegan dishes, and my sons continue to sample them. And I'm hoping that later on down the road, they'll be just like their mom. And I'm hoping my whole family will cross over to my journey. But it's okay if they don't. I will eat at the same table with them. They just have to respect my wishes and not be noticing what I have. But my family is so large. I have, are you ready for this? 6 brothers, 5 sisters, and they're all married with kids. We actually have to line up to eat. We have more than one table. We eat in the living room. I eat standing up. So anyway, this is just a little bit about me, a little bit introduction to being a baby vegan. I was hoping to enjoy my good cup of coffee, which there is no going back. It's just, it's bad. My milk is bad, and it's not, I don't know why. So I'm sorry, Silk, for coconut. And by the way, we are on the verge of, I find, an explosion with more vegan products. So just because I could have did this wrong, I don't know. It says it's for coffee, doesn't it? See, it's for coffee. I had it the other day. I'm looking for sugar-free ones. I have had almond milk in my coffee, which is probably where I'm going to stick with, because almond milk, for the most part, the ones I buy is sugar-free, which is what I need. And I saw Noe Craig, he made oat milk, so I might try to make my own oat milk, because I'm all about making my own stuff. So stay with me. Yeah, if you watch my sweet potato roti, you might think it's a disaster, because I thought this ain't right. This ain't right, because that's how it was when I cooked before, when I was doing Gordon Ramsay videos. I said, this ain't right, and my whole family loved it, and it was delicious. And the sweet potato roti, I'm gonna have it for lunch today. I got to figure out what to eat with it, because last night all I could come up with was peanut butter and toast. So if I have to have peanut butter and toast today, I will. But I want to see how the roti tastes on day 2. So maybe I might share my lunch with you. So I don't know, I'm baby vegan and open for stuff. If there are negative comments, I'm probably going to give you a thumbs down. So, and if any of my content offends you, it's like this. You don't have to watch. So, but I'm off to learn about my journey, and that's why I decided to create a channel called Baby Vegan, and that's going to be my name, Baby Vegan. So, hope you like what you hear. See you soon. I'll see you next time.